before we hit these predictions, guys, I got to ask you, did anyone happen to catch a glimpse of the Dasan Hill video posted by the Twins, everyone's favorite Twitter account, Twins Player Development? And if you did, curious what you thought of what you saw.
Well, I mean, I obviously saw it, and that's because you text me and
7 seconds after it was posted.
Wouldn't stop bothering me about it until I engaged with you in conversation. So, I mean, it's fun to see, and I think what you have to remember, what we all have to remember, is we get the highlights, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we get to finally see him in action. Looked really good. Looked kind of effortless. I think that was the big takeaway for me. I'm no pitching expert, but it looked like he was still like getting the feel for how the Twins want his delivery to look, and it looks like he's not like super engaged like with his back half. So I think there's more there because it's like it's an effortless delivery, but you can tell that there's some effort in repeating his delivery.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's exciting. And what we see from all dudes, not just Dasan Hill, is that the Twins look at stuff mechanically and get more out of the tank than previous coaching staffs would have, especially high school kids, right? So there's always reason to be optimistic, but there's a long way to go between now and that final destination for him. But they're not going to post something if he looks like junk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's fun. It's a good way to start out, and let's see what else happens.
Right on.
I mean, this is a guy who's going to be following the same game plan of development Charlie Soto had last season. So spending the whole season down in Fort Myers, getting comfortable there, getting adjusted to ball. And since we're bringing him up, Jamie, we're going to see how this looks in the new format, but I will plug your little video that you showed. Okay, that's a little smaller than what we were expecting, but here's Jamie's video. If you want to check out a breakdown on Dasan Hill, we got that over at twinsdaily.com right now. So obviously not filling up the entirety of our little box here on the side, but that's
we're working
it's a lot
through
better
it,
than I was expecting. So yeah, I think it's just good to see these sorts of highlights for the younger guys. We have a whole year of just seeing how he develops in Fort Myers. I think there's a bar, and it may be an unfair comparison of he's always going to be compared to how Charlie Soto was last season, but they're around the same age, developing at the same level. One throws right-handed, one throws left-handed. Got different pitch selections and are different pitchers altogether. So, but this is just a good thing to know that this next wave of development in this pitching pipeline that everyone's been so obsessed about is finally showing some fruits at the major league level. And now we got a whole new generation of pitchers to get excited about. So take these small tidbits as we can, because, knocking on wood, it's been a good spring training so far in terms of having no news being good news.
Yep, 100%. And a couple of quick notes on Hill that I want to share, and I think none of these are going to be news to any Twins fans who are really in the weeds of the system, right? Noticeable uptick in velocity, and Jeremy, what you said is spot on, that we get the highlights, but the pre-draft scouting reports on Hill were that his fastball ticked up the spring before the draft, and he was sitting kind of 92, 95, tops 96. He was flashing 98 from the left side from kind of a difficult to pick up angle in that video. Changeup was sitting 85, slider sitting around the same, and just getting some ridiculous swings. So Theo, 100% agree with what you said, I think, and said this in both the video and a piece up at Twins Daily. I think the number one outcome you'd want to see is just like a healthy 2025. Hope he can get consistently throwing strikes. Hope he can miss some bats, and that would be a pretty great outcome for his first full season.